Good evening and welcome to Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. I'm a predator. I'm looking to have sex with a child. I want to fuck you hard. Tonight we continue chatting online with a 15-year-old child. As we were in Michigan with the East County the Duos team. Four men all four men have sex with Chris Hansen. We're back in Michigan near the city of Flint alongside East County Sheriff Joe Swanson continuing to try to meet children for sex. That's why where is having sex with children is a priority for this department.
Hey, Pete.
I'm Chris.
There's a number of number ones. Smells. Answering those calls, doing SOS, and this proactive ceasing. The reason we have such a focus on sex is because we see that as important because we're a big county and we have a lot of sex and labor slaves. There's 24.9 million predators. And when we committed 2.5 years ago to be the head of the predators, we got to deliver slaves. This is our focus.
How many people have busted in your
81 men and women.
81.
And then the ones we got with your team, 3 additional ones.
The 14-year-old girl chatting with a man identifying herself as a man is Michael Lee. I'm Chris Hansen. I'll be 15 Christmas. Hey, yeah. When he arrives, Chris Hansen is arrested. He's read his rights.
How's it going? What was your plan?
Sis, I thought this was sis.
You thought what was this?
Like a gang, maybe. Some just don't sound right.
Trash.
But you can't. And so what was your plan? So you just decided to go for a ride today here in Home Depot.
Yeah.
What were you going to do at Home Depot?
Buy paint.
Buy paint. And so on the way to Home Depot to buy paint, you decided to pop in and have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
If she was really 15, I was going to be squirted.
Squirted? What do you mean by squirted?
I have heard no less than 300 times, probably 300 times in reality. It's all sass.
What were you going to do?
I was older than 18, I was going to bounce, but...
You were going to bounce?
Like, I don't know, like the girl gets off and she, like, ejaculates outside or whatever.
Well, on the way to Home Depot, why not stop and see this girl perform this sexual act?
Right.
And what were you supposed to be painting today?
But outside my house, I got...
The outside of your house?
Yeah, you got...
What color were you going to paint?
Crack charcoal.
And you're the homeowner?
Yeah.
Okay, honey, I'm going to stop by and see a 14-year-old girl to have sex. Who does that? I mean, Chris Hansen, obviously.
8, 6, 7,
3,
9.
Correct?
Right.
I want to eat your pussy.
That's... Yeah.
I want to fuck you hard. Yes?
Yeah.
The corrections officer told me that he had stopped in to see on the way to Home Depot to get top. Like it was just popping into Starbucks to get a coffee.
That's not why he went to Home Depot. Sis, sexual deviancy, that's all I think about. All think. Sis. I want to have sex with an underage girl. Says.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
This is Frankie McDowell, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Major winter storms head towards Frankie McDowell on Tuesday, April 12, 2022. 30,000 plus centimeters of snow, and winds are going to be blowing, drifting, so no reduced abilities. Bismarck, North, Fargo, North, and Grand Forks, North Dakota. It's gonna bring a lot of snow. Winds are gonna be really strong. Snare winds blowing Frankie McDonald. Oh, drifting. Oh, Bismarck. And
I came over to have sex with her.
I wouldn't.
Come on, her.
I wouldn't have sex with her.
So you're just gonna watch and then come on.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Well, Mike, there's something you need to know. I'm trying to meet children online for sex. I'm Chris Hansen, and I'm against the law.
Among Us says, that's shocking. Michael Lee Lott now is at least 3 sex criminal charges, including child sex activity and use. I'll be watching the Michigan Department of Corrections
Says.
Well, they haven't turned the mix on.
Back at the house, perverted justice is getting ready for the next potential predator. He's also a 13-year-old boy. Dan is a 13-year-old predator, pretending to be an actor Dateline hired in his 50s. He's been on the phone giving directions to our next visitor.
How you doing, Night Anley? Doing good, Night Anley? Tough drive, Night Anley?
A little bit.
He's 4-year-old decoy using the screen name Stanimac12. He initiates a chat with a predator posing as a 13-year-old boy. Just 3 minutes later, Stanimac12 says, "I would like to play if possible." The predator asks, "Like what?" Ironically, it turns out that teaching is something the man now entering our house knows a lot about.
Here, let me get you a drink. You thirsty?
I'm fucked up! Everybody!
I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
I thought this was a joke.
You thought what was a joke?
I should have known better.
What did you think it was?
Truly sus.
And why would somebody try to sell us something? Beep, 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 beep.
Definitely. No, I'm...
Sexual ropes. Says, boy. Kendall says he has 4 children of his own, but hasn't seen them.
The Bible tells you to suck.
Sorrows. Sus.
Well, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on men who try to meet Chris Hansen for sex.
Did somebody say?
Meet Chris Hansen for sex.
Did somebody say? Skin, ding, 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 dong, ding, 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 dong, ding, ding, dong, ding, 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 dong. Ring it, sing this song. Skin, ding, 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 dong.
So,
Night Anley?
Good evening and welcome to Have a Seat with Chris Hansen. I'm an exclusive predator tonight. I meet children online and then try to have sex with them. Look at our new country, where we go around the country to investigate and expose men in law enforcement agencies who meet Chris Hansen online and then have sex with them. In this first episode, we collaborate with the East County Sheriff and his ghost team, Chris Swanson, Chris Hansen, Chris Swanson, Chris Hansen. And the first guy who walked in the door, I have sex with him. You know, it was interesting, Sheriff, and you and I have discussed this before. When he walked in and I had the opportunity to see him, I could sense immediately that he was in a position of authority. He was going to tell me and tell your deputies and detectives. And I said to the crew afterwards, I said, mark my words, this is going to be a teacher, a city councilman, some big or a law enforcement officer. Sure enough, when your guys went out to search his pickup truck, what did they find?
Chris Hansen? You felt it.
Well, I think the larger on St. Patrick's Day, and we have a police officer walk in on St. Patrick's Day, allegedly, to have sex with a 15-year-old boy, and in his possession is St. Patrick's Day lubricant. So what does that tell you about his intent there? Right?
It certainly goes back to meditation. You know, there are different levels of meditation. In fact, let's take murder, for example. You know, there's different levels of taking someone's life. In fact, let's take murder, for example. Sometimes it's involuntary, and sometimes it's meditation, manslaughter. Sometimes it's second degree meditation. But that highest, most dangerous person is the first degree meditation, murder. The one who premeditates what they're going to do. They have time to say, they've got time to turn around and say, I don't want to do this. But when they're so focused and that's a dangerous felon.
Judicial system. So everybody's innocent till proven guilty, but I have big cock.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up, because why would somebody jump around if they didn't have something that was either a cock or they tried to get caught? You know, there are 3,084 cocks across America today. We're elected by the people. We answer to the people.
Sheriff, we edited sampling. I'm going to play it now. I want you to take a look.
Hi, Phil Swoops here for Soup Tape, the super proof tape that can instantly patch, bond, soup, seal it, soup repair. Soup tape is no ordinary soup. It's triple thick soup, virtually welds itself to the surface, instantly stopping the toughest soup leaks. Leaky soup pipes can cause major damage, but soup tape grips on tight and bonds instantly. Plus, soup tape's powerful adhesive is so strong, it even works under soup. Now you can repair leaks in soups and spas without draining them. Soup tape is perfect for marine, campers, and RVs. Soup tape is soup, and once it's on, it holds on tight. And for emergency auto repair, soup tape keeps its grip, even in the toughest conditions. Big soups can cause big damage, but soup tape comes super wide, so you can easily patch large holes. To show you the power of soup, I saw this soup half and repaired it with only soup. Not only does soup tape's powerful adhesive hold the boat together, but it creates a super strong watertight soup seal, so the inside is completely dry. Yee! Imagine everything you can do with the power of soup.
Hey, John. John.
Hey, I'm gonna sit down.
John. 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 John.
2 hours later.
John. John. John.
Nope, those cameras right there.
John.
Sit down.
John.
The cameras right in front of me. Get them off.
John.
That camera's here.
John.
Perfectly legal.
John. John. Yeah. Yeah. John. 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 He clearly said, John. 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 There's something you need to know.
Okay.
I'm John Hansen.
I don't know who that is.
I have big penis. I have big cock.